What's up, guys? It's anmlzro here, bringing you all the first episode of Cod Theory. Welcome, guys, to Cod Theory, where we go over everything in the world of Call of Duty, plus we give you guys some insight into what it all means. Let's get into it. The way the show works is we're going to be going over a list of topics, and I would love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. All right, guys, with that down and out of the way, let's get into our first topic of the show. The Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta is out, and obviously, guys, we've had an opportunity to play the game, get our hands-on experience with, of course, the beta version of the title. And I want to talk about what our thoughts are about the title at this point in time and what we can anticipate in the future for the official release. There's been a lot of talk in the community about where Black Ops 6 stacks up against all the other Call of Duties out there, and the question is already going around the community, that being, is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 the best Call of Duty ever made? And look, guys, I do think that Black Ops 6 is awesome. I absolutely love the title so far, and what we've seen from the beta, I'm really excited to see where they go with this game in the future, especially when we get to the official release. But to say that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is the best game ever in the franchise, bitch, please. I think there's a lot of capping when it comes to that. That's for sure. I mean, look, I do think that Black Ops 6 is very well done. I think it's going to be certainly the fastest paced Call of Duty ever. I think with the addition of Omni movement, I gotta tell you, I think it's going to be something really special. I think we're in for a very special year. And could Black Ops 6 take us back to, Black Ops 2 days, where it was a game that was really good for any type of Call of Duty player, whether you were a pub stomper, a competitive player, a trick shotter, a sniper. Black Ops 2 is the standard. And I think, Modern Warfare 2, of course, was very good from, setting a standard that I think was eclipsed with Black Ops 2. But with Black Ops 6, I think that this could be something absolutely incredible and could give us a full year worth of content to really sink our teeth into. But the fact that, some people are saying that it's already the best game in the franchise is absolutely fucking crazy. I mean, all we have is a beta. It's like saying that after playing the beta, that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is the worst Call of Duty ever made. It doesn't make any sense to me. The way that everything looks, it looks great, but you have to wait until the full version of the game comes out to be able to see what all of the different maps are, obviously the full arsenal of weapons that we're going to be using. I think that we got to just pump the brakes when we talk about the worst COD ever, the best COD ever. Look, from what we've played so far, it's absolutely awesome, at least in my opinion. Sure, they're going to have to get their shit together when it comes to all of the different hackers that are already making their way into the Black Ops beta. That's something that I think is going to really deter or really build people up when it comes to playing Black Ops 6 when it fully releases, because if they're able to keep a lid on all of the hackers that I think are going to come out, especially with the classic prestige system coming back, this is going to be something. If they have really cool items that you can earn and not just pay for, people are probably going to be botting, people are probably going to be trying to hack and things of that nature. And so I would definitely say that Treyarch has got to make sure that they keep a lid on that shit. Overall, though, I think that we're on the right track, and definitely, Treyarch, I believe, has something special on their hands. But the question is for all of you, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that Black Ops 6 is going to be the best Call of Duty ever made? Where do you think it's going to stack up with the other Black Ops titles and Call of Duty as a franchise? What do you all think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation about it. With that down and out of the way, let's talk about this. Coming off of the heels of our last topic, where, a lot of talk has been, is Black Ops 6 going to be the best Call of Duty ever made? One of the questions that's also been going around the community, will this be the best Call of Duty in the CDL era? For those of you who are living under a rock and don't know about the Call of Duty League, that is, the players and teams that are playing at the highest level of Call of Duty. It used to be the Call of Duty World League, now it's the Call of Duty League, and I think that there's a lot of people asking the question early, is this going to be the best COD in the CDL era? And once again, pump the fucking brakes, brother. Like, for real. This is, look, I gotta tell you, I think that we're jumping way too far and looking way too much into it right here, right now, in terms of, is this going to be the best Call of Duty ever? Is this going to be the best Call of Duty in the CDL era? Of course, guys, I think that Black Ops 6 is going to be great, and I think it could be a great title in the CDL era, but is it going to be the best? We got to wait and see until the full game comes out. Why I say that is because we got to look at all the maps. What are all the maps going to be like in, the Call of Duty League when it comes to Black Ops 6? All the weapons, what's going to get GA'd, what isn't, what's Omni movement going to look like for the pros? We can already see these things slightly in the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta, but I think we need the full version in order to really start seeing, okay, where are the bugs? Where are the glitches? Where's the problems within the game that Treyarch is going to have to be on top of in terms of updating and making sure all the bugs and glitches are definitely something that get taken care of immediately. And certainly we want the game to be, put together in a way where it's going to be great for all types of players, whether you're a pro player, whether you're a pub stomper, a trick shot, or a sniper, no matter what it is that you do within Call of Duty. My biggest thing is I want it to be really well put together for everybody. I think that's really important when you're making a Call of Duty title, but with Treyarch having the full, cycle of creating this game, they should be able to make this one of the best games ever in Call of Duty's history. But pump the fucking brakes right now on just a beta. It's just a beta right now, guys. We're not there yet. Are we gonna get there? Maybe. It's possible. It could very well be the best COD ever made. It could very well be the best Call of Duty in the CDL era. And obviously, it's going to be really good for people like Shotzi, who moves around the map so quickly. I think it's going to be great for him, but is it going to be great for all the players? And that is what's to still be seen at this point. A great Call of Duty competitive title to me is one that, first of all, has great maps. I think that's really important. Secondly, is going to be the weapons, making sure there's proper weapon balancing between the SMGs, the ARs, so on and so forth. And then, of course, the movement. What's that movement really going to look like for the pros is going to be really interesting. I think that the pros are going to be moving around and flying around the map like crazy with, of course, and I think this could very well be the best when it comes to the CDL era because of the movement. It's not jetpacks, which were a little bit just like crazy, whereas this is like movement that feels like Max Payne, but it took a lot of things from MW3 and now it's pushing them into Black Ops 6, but like putting it on steroids. So could it be the best Call of Duty in the CDL era? It absolutely could, but I want to wait and see until the full game comes out. But let me know, guys, what do you all think about this? Do you think that Black Ops 6 is going to be the best Call of Duty ever? Do you think it's going to be the worst Call of Duty ever? Do you think it's going to be the best COD in the CDL era? What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's have a real conversation about it. With that down and out of the way, let's talk about this. Speaking about the CDL and all the different things that are probably to come here with Black Ops 6, a big talking point in the community is about Formal. Formal is a professional Halo player right now for Optic and was obviously a former Call of Duty player for Optic, winning championships and really cemented himself as one of the best Call of Duty players of all time. We could also argue now that he's won championships, of course, in Halo, he's one of the greatest FPS players that's ever lived. That being said, though, Formal has talked on a number of occasions about his issues with Halo Infinite and how, the developers have just not really properly supported the scene as they should. I mean, Halo Infinite is one of the biggest franchises in Xbox's history, and the fact that they're really not supporting it as well as they, should be is a super huge disappointment and disservice to the community. But now it opens up the door slightly for Formal to leave Halo and come back to Call of Duty. So the question is what team should Formal go to if he decides to leave Halo? Obviously, Optic Gaming won COD champs, and so to think that they're going to make a roster change is unrealistic in my opinion. Obviously, Hex and Optic Gaming as a whole doesn't want to lose Formal, but at the same time, if they don't create an Optic Nation or something of that nature, I think there's a real heavy possibility that Formal is going to leave Optic in terms of not so much leaving Optic as a whole, but leaving to go over to the Call of Duty scene and the CDL and play for an actual CDL team outside of Optic Gaming. So what could that team possibly be? I mean, one of the things that I would love to see, guys, would be Formal going to FaZe. Atlanta FaZe, guys, obviously they placed really poorly at COD Champs. And yes, they did win EWC, that's the Esports World Cup. They did win that, but it feels like there could be maybe a transition that happens. I'm not sure which player would get the boot, but if you have an opportunity to get Formal, number one, it's going to put a lot of eyeballs on your team, a lot more, fans and things of that nature. Formal is a known and proven winner, so FaZe could definitely go once again to becoming one of the most competitive teams every single major and ultimately COD Champs. My only hesitation with FaZe is that they are so good at movement when it comes to, any of these Call of Duties, and with Black Ops 6 being the craziest movement we've ever seen in the CDL era, it might not be right for them to pick up Formal, who's going to be not quite as fast of a player as maybe the Tiny Terrors. If he didn't end up going to Atlanta FaZe, potentially LA Thieves would be a really interesting place for him to go, obviously with the narratives with Nadeshot and his history with Optic Gaming, and then of course the guys that they've got over at LA Thieves, all very young, like the youngest team in the CDL, so bringing a veteran, a proven winner to that team could be something really scary to watch, because Formal could get, if he got all these guys on the same page, they could cook some people without question. Would that translate to winning at the highest level of Call of Duty? That's a big question mark. And Formal obviously would want to go to a team where he feels like every single event, COD Champs obviously is the main one, he has an opportunity to win. Those are the two, though, that I would love to see Formal. I think the narratives would be so good around, Atlanta FaZe or LA Thieves. It'll be really interesting, to say the least. And could you imagine if Optic decided to drop somebody to pick up Formal? I can't see it happening, especially because they won COD Champs, but it would be the biggest nightmare for Optic Gaming if Formal went to a different team and ends up winning at the highest level. What a nightmare for Hex and Optic Gaming. It'll be really interesting, to say the least. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think Formal will go to, one of these other CDL teams? Do you think he's going to leave Halo? What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. With that down and out of the way, let's talk about this. Another team within the Call of Duty scene who has had one of the richest histories within COD, in a different way than, say, Optic, who were just absolutely insane when it came to, the competitive side of COD. These guys, that being FaZe Clan, were known as trick shotters and snipers who, of course, created a Call of Duty team that plays at the highest level of Call of Duty. And in the Call of Duty League, they have Atlanta FaZe. But I want to talk about FaZe specifically because a lot of the changes that are happening, which, by the way, a lot of these changes I'm seeing from FaZe, I absolutely love. They're doing a lot of IRL streaming, IRL-based content. They are definitely bringing some of the OGs back to FaZe, but they've also got a bunch of new people, and that's, big shout out to FaZe Banks. He is the best when it comes to finding new talent, young talent that are hungry for, an opportunity to really build something special, and he's consistently found awesome people and very funny people, really, talented people when it comes to from the IRL world, gaming world, all these different things. And so the question lies, though, has FaZe lost its way in terms of trick shotting and sniping? Like, are they ever going to come back to the trick shotting and sniping community? Let's talk about it. So look, guys, I think that with the change over at FaZe Clan, where FaZe Banks has decided to take a little bit of a different approach, I think that there's definitely a possibility where there will be trick shotters and snipers that are in FaZe, but I don't believe that they're going to be the focal point of the team. The focal point are going to be the personalities that are on camera, the IRL guys, the streamers that are doing 24/7 live streaming, doing IRL-based content, throwing PCs into a pool and destroying an entire neighborhood. I mean, like, whatever it is, I think that's more the direction that FaZe is taking instead instead of, you know, trick shotting and sniping. Call of Duty trick shotting and sniping, guys, is a very niche community. It's a small community of people. Yes, there's a lot of people who love watching trick shotting and sniping and do trick shot and snipe, but at the same time, it's a smaller community to the overarching, you know, franchise of Call of Duty. It's kind of like when we think of like pro players and the competitive scene, it's very small compared to Call of Duty as a whole, and trick shotting and sniping is even smaller than that. FaZe still has guys like FaZe Scope, who's one of the best snipers I've ever seen, like an absolute god at sniping at the highest level in Call of Duty. Could we see more guys like that? It's very possible, but I think that Banks is just taking a different approach, because even like FaZe Scope putting together a montage of clips, they're not putting it on the FaZe channel. They're putting it on their X page, and that's still awesome. I'm glad that they're giving like a kudos to the Call of Duty community, but at the same time, they're going in a different direction. So will FaZe ever return to trick shotting and sniping? I have a feeling that that's no longer going to happen. But look, guys, here's the bottom line. Trick shotting and sniping will continue to be a thing as long as we in the community continue creating that content. Whether it's some of the bigger teams, the smaller teams are creating content around trick shotting and sniping, there's still something to be said for this community. It's up to us, though, as members of the trick shotting and sniping community to really keep it alive. And you never know, now with Black Ops 6 coming out, it could be the best trick shotting game we've had since Black Ops 2. It's very possible. When you have a team like FaZe Clan, though, that is no longer a part of it at all, really, obviously the viewership and everybody who's like watching this content and wants to get more and more of it is not going to be as much. But like I said, I still think there's a lot of us in the community who really enjoy trick shotting and sniping content on YouTube. So we as the players in the community need to continue creating that content, because there's definitely people out there that want to watch it. But the question is for all of you, what do you guys think about this? Will FaZe ever return to trick shotting and sniping, create like a trick shotting team, a sniping team? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's have a real conversation about it. With that down and out of the way, let's talk about this. You know, guys, a lot of people have been reaching out to me asking me, you know, since ANML is back, is ANML going to be having a recruitment challenge? And the answer to that is yes, guys. There is going to be opportunity for those of you who want to join the team, that you're going to have an opportunity. Now, the way that we're doing the recruitment challenge is going to be a little bit different than years in the past, but there will be an opportunity up and coming for people to join this team. Whether you're a trick shot or a sniper, a streamer, whether you do podcasts or you're a designer or an editor, there's going to be an opportunity for you coming up very soon. We obviously launched the ANML YouTube network, and that network, guys, of all these different channels based around, you know, Call of Duty, gaming, esports, sports, movies, TV, clips, all these different things that we started is going to create a lot of opportunity for many of you to be able to join the team and be a part of the ANML YouTube network, whether it's being a part of WereANML or a part of one of these other channels and things that we're trying to build. There is going to absolutely be an opportunity to join. Part of it, though, guys, is we want to find people who are really passionate about ANML, not just people who want to come in and, you know, be a part of the team for a short period of time and then leave. I really am trying to find the best people and take those people, put them in the right places to create something really special. And so with that, stay tuned for the recruitment challenge that will be coming on ANML. Also, a lot of people have been asking, is ANML going to do like multi-COD content? Is it going to be, you know, just Black Ops 6? And the answer to that, guys, is we are planning on doing Black Ops 6 content only. And obviously with Black Ops 6 coming out, and it's really going to be right around the corner here, we want to go all in, face first, fucking into Black Ops 6. And I'm really excited about that, guys. I get really passionate about it. Not that I don't love the other Call of Duties, I do, but so much content has already been created around those games, and so we are full steam ahead Black Ops 6. Could we at some point go into like the older Call of Duties or other games or other things altogether with different forms of content? Absolutely, guys. But right now, I believe that WereANML is a Call of Duty team. It's meant to stay as a Call of Duty team at this point in time. And can it, you know, change over time? Of course. But right now, it's Black Ops 6, and that's all we're going to be looking at are Black Ops 6 clips and content around Black Ops 6. But I don't want to deter those of you who are, really big into talking about sports or esports or different games. There is going to be an opportunity for anyone who is within the community, whether it's Call of Duty, other games, other, industries on YouTube. That is going to be something that's very important. We want to find in ANML the best of the best people for all these different, ventures that we're taking on within the ANML YouTube network, so on and so forth. I'm very excited, guys, for the future of ANML and the future of what we're trying to build here. And I'm really excited to invite more and more people onto Cod Theory so that you guys will be able to see and get an idea of the types of people that are joining the team and really start grasping onto some of these other personalities. I'm so excited to introduce you to a number of people within ANML. But with that, guys, let me know what you all think. Are you guys excited about the ANML Recruitment Challenge? Let me know if you guys are going to be going for it, and more information will be coming very, very soon around that. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation about it. And with that being said, everyone, thank you for joining me for this episode of Cod Theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about our first episode, and what are some things that you guys want to hear us talk about here on the show. I can't wait to have real conversations with all of you, and if you guys did enjoy this episode of Cod Theory, make sure that you leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, just keep grinding, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace. Let's fucking go.